Tomorrow is going to be a very, very important day for the market because the RBI is going to set the tone as far as interest rates are concerned. Now, that doesn't mean they haven't already set the tone. They've already said that they have moved from neutral to accommodative, which means they're going to cut interest rates tomorrow. What we don't know is whether it's going to be 25 basis only, which is, yes, normally due course. That is what they always do. Or would they have the grit to really go ahead and attempt to stimulate the economy with a 50 basis points cut. Now, if you ask me, I would like 50 basis points. I'm not going to always get what I want, but that would really set things into motion since everybody has gone through this fear psychosis over the last few months, given the trade wars that we have really kicked off. Right? So it would actually help in, soothing the nerves and getting animal spirits back in motion if we actually do that. So I think it's the right time because inflation has really cooled off, oil prices are down. You have all the entire recipe of things together when you should take some aggressive measures, especially if you want to shift the action from government always intervening to the private sector really participating in the economy in a bigger way, so that would really, like I said, soothe the nerves and push them forward. So the market is also set up like that for many days doing absolutely nothing. I think since the 15th of May or slightly before that, we've actually been in the same trading range and we are sort of tired. Everybody's just waiting something will happen. In fact, ECB cut rates today, and this is probably the 8th time they've done that. But there's no big impact really on their markets right now. But it did have an impact before because when the euro was falling till February, their market was hitting all-time highs. And we are now in that situation because in February, our market was falling and we only did our first rate cut. We are just getting into motion into this new interest rate cycle. So India's rate cut should actually be stimulative and should drive markets higher is what I think. The question is how far they're really going to go out tomorrow, and let's see. We need to really break out of this congestion zone and start a fresh move to the upside, especially as far as large caps are concerned. If you haven't noticed, behind the surface, the small caps where the growth has really been in terms of earnings growth this quarter have been making new highs every day. So all the action has been in stocks, not the indices and the large caps. But to get that moving, you need the RBI to get a little more aggressive, have a little more guts and move ahead. You can always keep worrying about inflation forever, but there are times when you need to really act.